can feel the magic in the air, knowing miracles are everywhere when you listen to the wisdom of your heart. Listen with your heart. Listen with your heart.
Today's question comes from an instructor who says, "Dear Eve, I teach a movement class called NIA, and one of the regular attendees of my classes has also become a good friend over the last 4 years. I'm feeling stuck between a rock and a hard place as a friend and a teacher, in that this woman is constantly late for not only my classes but everything else. She tends to arrive 15 to 20 minutes late for every class, and I find this not only mildly disruptive, but somewhat disrespectful towards me as a professional. I'm unfortunately at a point now where this has gone on so long that I don't know what to do. I have previously mentioned to her that I appreciate people arriving on time as much as is within their control, but I'm starting to feel an animosity towards her when she arrives at class. I'm rather disappointed in myself that I haven't set firm boundaries from the very start, and so this is partly my issue too. I welcome any words of wisdom you may have regarding this, and thank you in advance for your help." So this is a really great opportunity to take a look at what's really going on, and I empathize with your frustration, but I want to invite you to reconsider a couple things. Is it her being late that's really upsetting you, or is it the story you're telling yourself about her being late that's upsetting you? Let me give you an example. The story I'm hearing you say is that she's being disrespectful and disruptive by showing up late, and that she's not honoring you as a professional. But what if you made up a different story? What if the story you told yourself was that she's an incredibly busy woman, she's got way too many things on her plate, but she loves you and respects you so much that she can't stand to miss your class, even if she's going to be late? And that simple reframe may actually cause you to be flattered instead of upset with her. So often what happens is we make up these stories about what people do, and it makes us feel less than, and that impacts our ability to go forward. I'll give you an example because I'm a speaker, and a lot of times when you're speaking from the front of the room, and we're looking out here at all of you, we can see you get up and walk out. And if we allow our ego mind to tell us a story about why you're leaving because I'm not good, you're leaving because I don't know what I have to say, they're leaving because they don't think I'm a worthy speaker, and we tell ourselves that story, we will flatline on the stage and become horrible. And so I've had to monitor this in myself and be mindful of those stories I tell myself. Now, after many, many years of people coming up and saying, "I'm so sorry I had to leave. I loved everything you were doing. I'm so sorry I had to go to the bathroom, or I had a meeting, or whatever the reason was," that I started to realize their reasons for leaving really had nothing to do with me. And it's very possible her reason for being late means no disrespect to you. Now, you have a couple options. You can go ahead and set your boundaries if you want to, and let her know that this is unacceptable, and she either show up on time or not show up at all, but you may well lose your friend and your student. Or you can tell yourself a different story. Or you can have a heart-to-heart and just find out what the truth is so you have greater clarity about that. But I invite you to ask yourself as well, what would you do if it was somebody else? What would you do if it was a new student and you were teaching your class and somebody new came in? Would you be angry, upset, feel like they disrespected you? Or would you go, "Oh good, there's another student"? This is all an inside game. And my invitation to you is to recognize that often all we need to feel peace and serenity in a situation is to change the story we're telling ourselves. However, if you do need to talk to her, or you do need to set boundaries, first make sure that you're being really clear about what's really bothering you, and maybe inquire as to her reasons before you get upset with her for your self-imposed assumptions. Remember to listen and watch and observe with your heart, not just with your ego, and see if you see things from a different perspective.
Listen to your heart. Listen to your heart.